Recording in progress.
Begin by finding a comfortable position. Let your body be supported. Let your shoulders soften. Let your jaw loosen. Let your tongue rest gently in your mouth. You do not need to reach for anything here. You do not need to become more awakened, more spiritual, more healed, or more acceptable. You are simply arriving. Arriving in the body. Arriving in the breath. Arriving in the quiet place beneath all instruction. Take a slow breath in and let it leave gently. Again, breathing in and releasing. You are allowed to question. You are allowed to feel what does not align. You are allowed to notice when a teaching, a practice, a guide, a belief, a sign, a label, or a spiritual identity no longer feels clean in your field. This meditation is not about disbelieving everything. It is about returning to what is yours. It is about remembering that spirituality was never meant to separate you from your body, your discernment, your boundaries, your grief, your simplicity, or your own direct connection with Source. Let the outside world soften now. Let every voice beyond this moment move further away. And gently say within, I am safe to return to my own knowing. I am safe to feel what is true. I am safe to release what is not mine. Let the body hear that. You are not here to perform awakening. You are here to remember integrity. Now begin a simple breath. Inhale gently through the nose, or however feels natural. Breathe in your own truth. Hold softly. Let clarity gather. Exhale through the mouth and release mimic teachings. Again, inhale my own truth. Hold clarity. Exhale what is not mine. Let the breath become slower. Inhale soul truth. Hold inner steadiness. Exhale distortion, pressure, performance, and noise. Continue gently. Nothing forced. Nothing dramatic. Only the quiet return of the body to itself. Breathing in discernment. Breathing out confusion. Breathing in presence. Breathing out spiritual pressure. Breathing in truth that does not need to shout. Breathing out every teaching that made you abandon yourself to belonging. One more breath. Inhale, I return. Hold, I remember. Exhale, I release. Let the breath become natural again. Spiritual teachings can carry beauty. They can offer language, comfort, direction, and remembrance. But in a distorted world, even spiritual language can be mimicked. Truth can be turned into performance. Healing can be turned into striving. Love can be turned into compliance. Service can be turned into self-erasure. Ascension can be turned into disembodiment. Mindfulness can be turned into watching yourself instead of inhabiting yourself. Signs can become a substitute for sovereignty. and guidance can become another way to outsource your own knowing. Many teachings carry overlays, shame overlays, urgency overlays, purity overlays, specialness overlays, obedience overlays, high vibration overlays, mission overlays, karmic overlays, false light overlays. These overlays often do not announce themselves as distortion. They may sound beautiful. They may speak of love, light, purpose, destiny, service, awakening, surrender, and trust. But the body knows the difference. True guidance does not collapse your nervous system. True love does not demand self-abandonment. True spirituality does not make you afraid of your own humanity. True source does not require performance. True awakening does not remove you from your own body. It brings you home to it. This meditation restores the inner compass, not as a mental belief, not as a new doctrine, but as a living remembrance in the body field. The compass is not loud. It does not compete. It does not need to convince. It is steady. It is clear. It is often simple. A soft yes. A firm no. A pause. A tightening. A breath. A warmth. A stillness. A quiet knowing that does not need spectacle. You are allowed to trust this. You are allowed to outgrow teachings that once felt sacred. You are allowed to keep the wisdom and release the distortion. You are allowed to walk without a pedestal, without a mission complex, without spiritual hierarchy, without energetic negotiation, and without the need to persuade others of your truth. Spiritual integrity is not rebellion. It is remembrance. It is the moment the soul says, I will not abandon myself in the name of light. Now bring one hand to your heart if that feels comfortable. Bring the other to the lower belly, or rest it wherever the body feels safe. Let your heart and body speak together. You may repeat these words silently or aloud. I revoke all spiritual teachings that bypass my truth. I release all paths, practices, beliefs, identities, contracts, vows, and instructions that taught me to abandon my body, silence my discernment, override my boundaries, or perform my awakening. I release the need to be chosen. I release the need to be special. I release the need to be spiritually acceptable. I release the need to prove my goodness. I release the fear of being ordinary. I release urgency disguised as purpose. I release compliance disguised as love. I release self-erasure disguised as service. I release disembodiment disguised as ascension. I release signs that replace sovereignty. I release guidance that does not honor my body. Let the body breathe. Now continue. I reclaim my soul integrity. I reclaim my inner counsel. I reclaim the compass of my body. I reclaim my right to pause. I reclaim my right to say no. I reclaim my right to soften without submitting. I reclaim my right to be silent without disappearing. I reclaim my right to speak without performing. I reclaim my right to follow resonance, not pressure. I reclaim my direct relationship with Source. I walk my path without mimic codes. I am not here to conform. I am here to remember. Let those words settle into your bones. Nothing needs to be forced. The reclamation has begun. Now imagine yourself standing before an ancient temple. It may appear as stone, crystal, wood, light, earth, or something beyond form. You do not need to create it perfectly. Let it arrive in the way it wants to arrive. This temple represents the spiritual world you have walked through. All the teachings you have encountered. All the books, practices, communities, teachers, signs, rituals, identity, wounds, hopes, longings, and pathways that have shaped your search for truth. As you step inside, you notice the temple is filled with voices. Some are loud, some are beautiful, some are urgent, some are soothing, some are commanding, some are familiar. Some speak in the language of love. Some speak in the language of light. Some speak in the language of destiny. Some speak in the language of fear. They say, follow this path, heal this way, manifest this reality, raise your vibration, surrender more, trust the signs, forgive faster, serve harder, be softer, be brighter, be chosen, be ready, be more. You do not need to fight them. You do not need to judge them. You do not need to decide which ones were good or bad. You simply stand still. Feel your feet on the temple floor. Feel the weight of your body. Feel the breath moving through your chest. Place one hand on your heart. Place one hand on your lower belly. And say, only what is true may remain. As you speak these words, a soft light begins to glow from within your own body. Not above you, not outside you, not from a guide, a teacher, a system, or a distant realm. From within. The light begins in the center of your chest. It is quiet, steady, warm. It does not push. It does not perform. It simply is. This light moves gently through your heart, then down into your solar plexus, restoring your center. Down into the sacral, restoring your feeling. Down into the root, restoring your safety. It moves into the nervous system, calming the places that learned to confuse intensity with truth. It moves into the throat, loosening every place you swallowed your truth to stay acceptable. It moves into the third eye, clearing the pressure to see, know, prove, or interpret everything. It moves into the crown, restoring connection without escape. And then it moves through the whole body, a living field of remembrance. As this inner light grows, some of the voices in the temple begin to fade. Not all at once, not dramatically. They simply lose their grip. The urgent voices dissolve first. The voices that made you feel behind, unworthy, unhealed, or not spiritual enough begin to disappear. The voices that demanded your obedience soften into dust. The voices that dressed control as guidance loosen from the walls. The voices that taught you to override your body become distant echoes. And with each breath, the temple becomes quieter. You look around and see threads attached to your field. Some are golden, some are white, some are silver, some are grey, some are old, some are disguised as beautiful light. These are the cords of spiritual obligation, old agreements, borrowed beliefs, false responsibilities, energetic contracts, and teachings that once entered your field. You do not pull at them. You do not panic. You simply ask your body, what is no longer mine? One by one, the cords that are not aligned begin to loosen. They unhook from your heart. They unhook from your throat. They unhook from your belly. They unhook from the back of your neck. They unhook from the crown. They unhook from the nervous system. Every place where your energy was negotiated, dimmed, harvested, redirected, or confused begins to clear. The cords fall gently to the temple floor. As they touch the ground, they turn into ash, soil, and then seed. Nothing is wasted. What was distorted is returned to the earth for composting. What was wisdom remains. Now in the center of the temple, a bowl of clear water appears. Walk toward it. This is the water of your own inner authority. Look into it. You may see your reflection. You may see your younger self. You may see your present self. You may see no image at all. Whatever appears is enough. Place your hands into the water. Feel it washing through your palms. The hands that reached for answers. The hands that held too much. The hands that tried to heal, fix, serve, explain, prove, protect, or belong. Let the water cleanse them. Now bring the water to your heart. Let it move through the heart field, clearing love from compliance, clearing compassion from self-abandonment, clearing softness from submission, clearing openness from overexposure. Your heart does not need to close to be safe, but it also does not need to be open for everyone. Let the boundary be the love. Now, bring the water to the throat. Let it clear the old fear of being misunderstood, the fear of speaking, the fear of not speaking, the fear of disappointing others by being true. Let the throat remember, silence can be truth, speech can be truth. The body knows which one is needed. Now, bring the water to the forehead. Let it clear the pressure to interpret every sign, dream, number, symbol, synchronicity, sensation, or message. Let the third eye rest. You do not need to be told again when the body already knows. Now bring the water to the crown. Let it clear escape, dependency, false guidance, and the longing to be rescued from your own life. Your connection with Source does not require you to leave your body. It asks you to inhabit it more fully. Now, step back from the bowl. The temple is quiet. In the silence, you hear one voice. It is not loud. It does not command. It does not flatter. It does not frighten. It does not rush. It rises from within your own body. It says, I am here. Pause and listen. This is your inner compass. It may not speak in words. It may speak as breath, as warmth, as stillness, as tears, as a softening in your belly, as a grounded no, as a simple yes. As the absence of urgency, as the return of peace. Let yourself feel how truth lands when it is not trying to persuade you. Now see a doorway opening in the back of the temple. Beyond it is open land, simple land, living land, earth beneath you, sky above you. No pedestal, no performance, no mission demanding your exhaustion, no hierarchy, no spiritual costume. Only the path that belongs to your feet. Begin walking toward the doorway. Before you leave the temple, turn back once. Bow gently to everything that taught you, even the distortions, even the detours, even the teachings you had to outgrow. Say, I keep the wisdom. I release the distortion. I return to integrity. Then step through the doorway. Feel the earth beneath your feet. Feel the body as your compass. Feel source not above you, but within you, around you, beneath you, and breathing through you. You are not leaving spirituality. You are returning it to truth. Stand here for a moment, whole enough, quiet enough, clear enough. You remember. Now return to the breath. Inhale slowly. Breathe in discernment. Exhale. Release distortion. Inhale. Breathe in integrity. Exhale. Release performance. Inhale. Breathe in embodiment. Exhale. Release escape. Inhale. Breathe in inner authority. Exhale. Release outsourcing. Inhale. Breathe in source love. Exhale. Release mimic light. Now, let the breath become very simple. Breathing in, I know what is mine. Breathing out, I release what is not. Again, breathing in, I trust the body. Breathing out, I release the noise. One final breath. Inhale, I remember. Exhale, I return. Let your body settle. Begin to feel the room around you, the surface beneath you, the air on your skin, the natural rhythm of your breath. Let your awareness return gently without rushing. Spirituality is not obedience. It is integrity. It is not performance. It is presence. It is not escape. It is embodiment. It is not the loss of self in the name of light. It is the return of the soul to its own clear tone. You do not need to convince anyone of your truth. You do not need to carry what is not yours. You do not need to dim your knowing to remain in the room. You are allowed to walk simply. You are allowed to love clearly. You are allowed to listen inwardly. You are allowed to remember. Place one hand on your heart and gently say, "My body is my compass. My soul is my witness. Source is my origin. Integrity is my path." Let it seal. The distortion has softened. The mimicry has loosened. The inner voice has returned. And you are here.